me up behind the bar. The bartender's like, yeah, you can camp out back here.
Nice one. Yeah. I think they're pretty easygoing and friendly here, I have to say.
It's been my experience so far. It's only have good things to say. And I've been pretty lucky on the weather so far. I just had one day of rain in Dunedin, but the rest of the 2 weeks I've been here have been solid weather.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, hoping for dry weather, because Stewart Island has a reputation for being extremely wet and also extremely muddy underfoot, so
Beauty.
the drier the better. I'm off to do it's a 10-day tramp around the northwest of Stewart Island, so it's pretty remote, no pubs, no shops, you know.
Did you say 10 day?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's substantial. 10 days unsupported.
Yeah. Well, I've got a pack full of dry rations and there's plenty of water there.
Yeah. How much, what's your base weight, and then how much weight of food are you actually going to carry for 10 days?
I haven't actually weighed the food, but
Yeah.
you know, I'm pretty confident it's not packs not going to weigh more than about 12 kilos. There's no tent, no mat.
Okay.
So a sleeping bag, a couple of change of clothes, and some rations. That's it.
Oh, what are you using for shelter? Should you be getting lots of rain?
Huts.
There's huts on there. Okay.
DOC, Department of Conservation, run all these backcountry and mountain huts.
Interesting.
And
Okay.
they're pretty cheap and they're pretty basic, but they're dry.
Yes.
There'll be a wood burning stove if it gets cold. So
Cool.
no particular problems.
That is convenient to get to save the whole camping weight.
Yeah, but again, part of my problem is bringing the stuff over from Europe. I do have a lightweight tent, and this summer, in August, I walked from one side of Bulgaria to the other across through the Balkan Mountains, and that was camping. Sometimes huts, sometimes camping. So yeah, I've got a lightweight tent. It's only just over 1 kilo. But anyway, who wants to carry a tent if you can sleep in a hut?
Yeah, I've never done any hikes that are supported with those huts and stuff like that. That sounds interesting. And is it quite often shared accommodation, like other people?
Always, it's like a bunkhouse, like a dormitory. Yeah. And so, I mean, I enjoy, as they call it, tramping here, hiking on my own. I have no problems with spending the day on my own, but it's quite nice to have a bit of company in the evenings in the
huts and everything.
The huts, yeah, you meet
and people that share similar interests, I guess.
Absolutely.
Hence, you're hiking and all in the same backcountry hut. So
sure.
Yeah. That'd be cool. Yeah, I've never done any hikes like that. 10 days unsupported. That's pretty cool.
So the hike in Bulgaria was, I can't remember, I think it's 24, 25 days. But you do pass through villages where you can pick up food. A lot of the huts serve meals. They have sort of living staff.
Oh, that's interesting.
So it's only a few days where you have to. I mean, the most I ever carried, I think, was 3 days rations. And then it's high summer, so all you want is bread and cheese and what have you. You don't need a hot meal.
Yeah.
But yeah, the modern kit is certainly conducive. I've got at home a Coleman stove, a petrol stove. It must weigh 1 kilogram. It's pressurised container, all the rest of it. And then you have the weight of the fuel. I've just bought myself a little treat, a titanium gas stove that you screw on. 25 grams for the whole stove.
Oh, is it like one of the MSR pocket rockets or something like that?
It'll be something like, it's not MSR, it's probably a Chinese knockoff.
Okay.
But the point is, it's a burn.
You just screw it right into in the canister,
and it's just 25 grams. I mean, my word, you can't get much lighter than that. Yeah.
So you do have a stove with you?
Yeah, on this trip, because with dehydrated rations, you need to warm them up. Otherwise, you're eating powder.
And do you make your own, or you purchase all of yours?
No, again, you can't.
Oh, you can't bring them here.
You can't bring food into New Zealand. And on my last trip, I had their dried rations there. They're not cheap, but they're pretty okay.
Yeah.
Quite flavoursome. That's quite
chill job that person's got.
Yeah. It's,
Usually they've got like the sign or something like that, but no.
I know,
just,
but I don't know what her role is there, but I do see them at roadworks, just relaxing at the side of the road, waving to the passers-by.
Yeah, a lot of them wave, like,
Yeah.
but they usually have like this,
They
like
do.
this, the sign. They're spinning between stop and go or whatever. But
So tell me again, when did you get here? Or how have you been here?
this is day 17, I believe.
And you
Yeah.
have how much more to go?
Well, I'll be here like another month probably. I'll
Okay,
leave
nice
mid-December. Yeah. So I'm gonna spend a lot of time on the South Island here, just weaving between all these cool different places along the way.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The last time I came here, I went up the west coast and cut across through to Mount Cook and
Yeah.
Wanaka and Queenstown. They're certainly all worth a visit.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend a lot of time in this kind of region. Although I'm curious to see how the weather holds up, because the East Coast has been solid, except for day in Dunedin, but like the West Coast is supposed to get a whole lot more rain
Yeah,
than the East Coast.
they get a lot more rain. Having said that, when I was on the west coast, it was hot and dry and sunny. So
Yeah, there you go.
Who knows?
You never know.
yeah,
Because yeah, for what I do, like filming like the whole day of hitchhiking and traveling, electronics don't really like moisture
I
that
guess
much.
not,
Yeah.
no.
And even though you can try and cover them and stuff, it just eventually seeps into everything eventually.
Well, again, it's spring is coming. You should be expecting better weather.
Hope for the best, prepare for the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah. And have you been to Invercargill before?
Well, again, no, this will be my second trip to Stewart Island. Last time,
Oh, okay.
I only did there's a 3-day tramp and a 10-day one.
Yeah.
I did the 3-day one, fell in love with the place, and so if I was ever coming back,
Decided
I'd go
you'd do the
10-day
10, okay.
circuit. So that's what the plan is. I've got time for another 4-day tramp nearer Christchurch before I have to fly home. Yeah.
And you fly back out of Christchurch?
Yeah.
How long have you lived in Bulgaria now?
7 years
7 years.
since retiring.
Yeah.
My wife's Bulgarian. She lived and worked in London for 20 years. That's where we met. And when I got a chance for early retirement, we thought, well, let's go to Bulgaria.
And is the cost of living much cheaper in
It is,
Bulgaria?
yeah. I mean, I'm on a sort of National Health Service pension, which is okay, but it's not. It wouldn't leave you much high life or high living in London. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cost is substantially cheap.
Okay.
We have our own property, no mortgage, no rent, so
Oh.
all is good.
Good deal, yeah.
Yeah.
And do you speak the native language there?
No, ima malko bulgarsko. No, only tourist Bulgarian.
Okay,
I
alright.
can't. My defence is A, I'm relatively elderly. B, I never had any language skills anyway, as so many English people don't. And thirdly, it's an incredibly difficult language to get right.
Yeah. Well,
There are 3 genders.
is there?
And there are God knows how many cases, which if you ever studied Latin or something, you understand that. It depends whether you're talking about somebody or talking to somebody.
Okay.
It will change the ending on the word.
Interesting, okay.
So, which again reminds me of dimly remembered Latin lessons.
Yeah.
So it's almost impossible for a foreigner to get it right.
Okay, but you can do enough where you can like
Well,
order something and like have a
Yeah,
basic conversation.
I would say I'm like a 2-year-old. I
Yeah.
have plenty of words, but no grammar.
I guess that would be the problem with what you said, the different genders and stuff, is they can probably understand what you're trying to say, just it's like you're just using the wrong gender and all that stuff.
Again, they're pretty intolerant. Like if you're in France and you speak a few words of French or Spanish in Spain, they normally appreciate it.
Yeah.
But Bulgaria, on one occasion I was shortchanged,
Yeah.
and I said, "Daj mi ošte jedna leva, give me one more lev." currency, and she picked up the coin, threw it at me, and said "Edin," because I'd used the feminine for Lev instead of masculine.
Oh, really?
So instead of apologising, she rudely corrected my grammar.
Well,
You got to
there you
love the
go.
Bulgarians. Yeah.
Well, you do. You've got a
I do,
Bulgarian
I
wife.
do. But yeah, it's an interesting place.
Yeah. Would you recommend going there?
I would actually, yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, I'd strongly recommend the Balkans altogether.
Okay.
Because it's a glimpse on of old Europe. You know, obviously the cities. I mean, Sofia, the capital of Bulgaria, it's all high-tech service industries. But you go to the villages, and it's you really are going back to the 19th century.
Interesting. Okay. And as far as myself going there and communicating, obviously I'm not going to know Bulgarian. Do many people know English there? Or would I have to?
Yeah, I mean, anybody under 35 will have been taught English at school.
Okay.
And so most younger people will have a degree of English. If you go into a store and there's 2 or 3 people working there, you're guaranteed one of them will have some English.
Okay.
But older people, not so much.
I found that pretty common in a lot of different places in Europe. Is the younger generation learn English pretty extensively?
Of course, English was pretty much banned in the Eastern Bloc countries.
Yeah.
Russian was compulsory, and they didn't want their citizens learning English. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So no. But yeah, in fact, when I was on my hike across Bulgaria in August, I met a couple of guys. One was from Egypt, and the other guy was, I can't remember whether he was Spanish or Portuguese. And they teamed up and they were hitchhiking around the Balkans.
Really?
They'd been to Albania, Macedonia, Bulgaria, and they said, yeah, it was really cool. They'd had a really good time.
Awesome. That sounds like a cool trip. I guess I'll have to check it out because I've been through a lot of Europe, but I've never done like the Balkans too much. I've been down to Croatia.
Well, yeah, again, Croatia is probably one of the richer and more modernised of the Balkan states.
Yeah. And it's fairly recently, like the tourism there has like exploded recently. Like it's a very popular place now.
It was certainly a big tourist destination before the Yugoslav wars. But yes, it's certainly improved a lot since then.
Yeah.
And Slovenia is also a terrific place for hiking, camping.
Yeah, I'll have to, because I went through there, but I didn't spend much time. I was in Austria and I got picked up by a guy in a van with Croatian plates, and he picked me up and he said he could take me all the way to Croatia, so through Slovenia to Croatia. And he's like, I live on this island called Krk, K-R-K, no vowels, but anyway. And he owned a hotel, restaurant, and a bar there, and he invited me over for dinner there. And then I went there. They had dinner at the restaurant, like nice seafood dinner, and then they let me stay at the hotel for the night. And then the next day I just started helping drafting beers at the bar, and I ended up staying there for like 2 weeks just helping them draft beers and bring out bread for the restaurant. And then I got unlimited alcohol, unlimited food, and a free hotel to stay right on the ocean there. So that was the furthest I made it into Croatia. And then he drove me back up to Germany because he had to pick up a boat or something. But I want to go back and actually explore more.
I think the only place which I have found distinctly unfriendly, for I don't know why or what reason, is Hungary.
Yeah.
I've driven and motorcycled across Europe as well, and if you want to stay in a German motorway rest area and camp up overnight, absolutely not a problem. There's toilets provided. You know, it's part of the deal. And the Germans would rather you have a sleep than drive and have an accident.
Yeah.
In Hungary, you stop outside of an authorised campsite, the police will find you and they will move you on after finding you.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's not such a cosy place.
It's kind of interesting.
What it's like for hitchhiking, I wouldn't like to say. Never having tried to. But I would also imagine Romania, you'd probably be able to hitchhike quite well.
I feel like I've heard good things about hitchhiking in Romania.
Yeah,
so,
again, I think it's similar to Bulgaria. It was a big thing during communist times because most people didn't have their own vehicles.
Well, I hitchhiked across Russia in 2015, and I found it to be quite easy to hitchhike. and I think it's the same thing. It's like, especially once you get into rural Russia, like east of Moscow, there wasn't really much going on, and I think it's still in their culture, like not as many cars, and if you wanted to get into town, you didn't really have a way, so you'd hitch a ride into town.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. But yeah, that was I went straight across from the Latvian-Russian border to Vladivostok on the east coast, and
You did?
yeah, and that was that. It's a big country, I'll say.
Yeah, by hitchhiking.
Hitchhiking the whole way.
Yeah, because even the Trans-Siberian Railway, it takes a week, doesn't it?
Yeah, I did it in just over 3 weeks
Amazing.
of hitchhiking. It was pretty much every day except for I took 3 days in Moscow.
And did you pick up any Russian?
Enough to say like, "Hi, I'm from Canada. I'm hitchhiking to Vladivostok," and try to be polite. But I struggled with the language myself. But I did pick up at that time. Like the cell network was like developing there, and in the middle of nowhere there wasn't much, but a lot of places there was enough, and I got an unlimited data plan, and I started voice translating for anything beyond what was just basic pleasantries. But still, like, my average ride was probably like 500 kilometers or something huge there, because things are really spread out.
That's right, yeah.
But you know, after like an hour of like battling through a voice translator, you kind of just settle into the car and you chill. So it was a whole lot of just not talking and hanging out in cars for 10,000 kilometers. So I'd say it was like the least exciting place I hitchhiked across. Yeah, it felt good to get to Vladivostok for sure. And there were some really cool places along the way, but most of it was like a similar landscape for 10,000 kilometers. And then winter started rolling in Siberia in October. I was there, and it started getting cold and snowy. And,
I guess.
Yeah. Had you been to Russia before?
No, I haven't. I wouldn't mind. There's a little unpleasantness between them and Ukraine at the minute.
Yes, there is.
We have the two issues. One is security, and when you get a bit older, you might worry about that a little bit more than when you're younger and more carefree. But the big problem is our dogs. They have European Union passports.
Yeah.
But to take dogs out of a European Union country, the costs and the paperwork and the bureaucracy.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Unmanageable. Otherwise, what I'd love to do would be just we've also got a camper. You heard we've got a camper van.
Yeah.
Is to drive around the Black Sea, to circumnavigate the Black Sea coast. You go to Georgia, Armenia, Turkey, Russia, Crimea, Ukraine. I'd love to go, but I think if anything, I'm gonna just fly myself to Georgia and do a hiking trip there. Again, their tourism sector is expanding, and I'd be very interested to go to Georgia. Yeah.
Well, you're saying it'd be difficult to get your dogs there. I find it difficult just to get myself into Russia. For my visa and stuff like that, was like they had specific rules you had to follow to apply through traditional channels, and like I couldn't meet those rules. Like one of them was you had to apply within 3 months of when you planned on arriving within Russia, and I left Canada before that, so I didn't apply in Canada. But then another rule is you had to apply from a country where you have at least temporary residency in, and then I was in Europe, and I'm like, well, no, I don't have temporary residency anywhere here, so like how do I apply for this? So I had to go, I was in Munich, and I went to like some Russian travel agency that dealt exclusively with Russian tours and visas and everything, and I'm like, I'm Canadian, I'm trying to travel in Russia without filling out where I'm staying every single night and everything, because that's what you're supposed to do in the official form. Can you get me a visa? And they're like, yeah, it'll cost 200 euros and take 10 days, and we'll take your passport until we give you your visa. But I'm like, well, the goal on that trip was to hitchhike around the world, was to do across Canada, across Europe, across Russia, and then Japan, and then home. I'm like, Russia's my way east of Europe, so sure, here's 200 euros. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. That was a good trip. It's like 7 months.
Like hitchhiking in Japan, is that a thing?
Yeah, and actually this spring I went again. I did 2 months. I did like southern Japan all the way up to northern Hokkaido. Over 100 rides in Japan. It was pretty stellar.
Excellent.
Yeah, interesting culturally. Really nice people. So many times I got like invited into people's homes to like sleep in their house and eat their food and everything. It was.
There's an Irish writer whose name escapes me. I'll have to look up on my laptop. But she cycled around Japan.
Yeah.
And she would unroll her sleeping bag and sleep in little temple gardens and that. And she'd wake up and find bowls of rice tea just left for her.
Oh yeah, no, the people there are just so kind. It was quite interesting. I got moved along once by the Japanese police in was it Shikoku, the south, or an island kind of in the south. I was camping in like a city park in my tent, and the police were like sumimasen, and then they woke me up and they're like, essentially through the translator, you can't camp here. I'm like, okay, fair enough, and they're like, but you can camp 100 meters over there. And they're like, yeah, follow me. So they followed me and they're like, yeah, you can camp here. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, it works. So, no, everyone was nice. It was a good time.
Yeah, I had a similar thing on a camping motorcycling holiday in Ireland. We got moved on in the middle of the night on one occasion by the Garda, and then on another occasion, I thought, well, it must have been the following night or 2 nights later. I said, I'm not going to put up this again to get woken up by irritable cops at 3 in the morning. So I called into the police station and said, is there anywhere we can camp round here? He said, if you just go down the road, there's thousands of acres, he says. Take your pick.
Well, that's cool that they actually gave you the green light for that.
Some of the cops are a little bit more reasonable than the others. Yeah.
Well, you kind of get that everywhere. In the US, I deal with the police a lot. When I'm hitchhiking, they pull over and they'll run my paperwork, make sure there's no warrants, and maybe give me a bit of a hard time about hitchhiking. Sometimes they'll say it's illegal in that state, and it's usually not illegal in that state. But most of the time, they're pretty reasonable once they realize you've got your head on your shoulders and you just kind of have a normal conversation with them. Yeah. Some of them are very authoritarian. Yes. It's kind of like, this is the way it is, and you're going to do this. And I'm like, all right. I don't feel like going to jail, so what you say goes, I guess.
Absolutely, yeah.
But yeah, no, in all my free camping, I've probably done like 600-700 nights of free camping because I've hitchhiked for 6 years in total, or like on and off trips. I've only been moved along once.
And any unpleasantness, any times when you thought, oh, I wish I was out of here?
Some people are terrifying drivers, and I've wished I could get out of their car. And I've gotten out of people's cars. We go up to a gas station pretty much like, oh, my friend lives down the road. You can just let me out here. I'm just going to meet them there.
So, because they're awful drivers, or it's because they're drunk?
It's been both.
Yeah, because that's, I can remember again years ago, having a hell of a ride with this guy. Must have been, how we didn't smell the alcohol on his breath, I have no idea. He was as pissed as a rag. That was pretty frightening, yeah.
Well, like, that was the purpose. Like, when you pulled over, I had a brief conversation with you before I get in. That's to feel out the personality, and also to hopefully smell the alcohol if there is alcohol. Not that, like, it's in the morning, like, you know. I know, but you can get it. Yeah. But one of my rules is I don't hitchhike at night because you just get a lot more of, like, the unsavory rides. They might not mean you any harm, but it's just...
Well, when we were on a brief holiday in Greece recently, the drink driving there is... I saw a guy, we were in a bar, I saw a guy pull up his car, park it very badly, literally stagger into the bar, have another couple of shots, then staggered out and drove off. And one of the other Greek guys was saying, whatever you do, he says, don't drive at night round here. So park up and...
Yeah, no, that's usually my rule. Usually I'm a tourist, and like, you don't see anything if you drive at night anyway. And then as far as hitchhiking goes, if you're actually trying to catch a ride at night, it's hard for people to see you. And then if someone does see you and pulls over, I just find people are like emboldened by the night, and you'll get like the worst experience at night because, I don't know, people feel like hid by it. Like, people are less likely to do something weird in broad daylight,
I guess.
Yeah.
Well, of course, you know, I did stop for you, but I also stopped for me because I've been driving since 4 o'clock this morning.
Have you? Well, you started from Christchurch this morning?
Yeah.
Oh,
and, you know, I've had several coffees and breaks and all the rest of it, but the thought of having a conversation, and the radio has also played its part, but to have some conversation, it's a good keep you alert.
No, for sure. So, yeah, I've had plenty of rides where it's like I'm driving a long distance, let's just hang out and have a conversation. I've also had people that pick me up, they're like, I'm driving a long distance, and after driving for a bit with me, they're like, do you have your license? Do you mind taking over? So I've done that probably 10 times in my life, where it's like you're driving a long distance, so you just take turns driving.
Well, I guess if we were going to do another 500 kilometres, that thought might have crossed my mind. It's only another 50, I think, something like that.
Yeah, no, we're pretty close. Well, I think it's like 57 from like where you picked me up, so we must be getting pretty close now.
Yeah.
I've even had it. It's only been in the U.S., but twice someone pulled over before I even got in the car. They're like, "Do you have your license?" They're like, "Well, one guy's like, my license is suspended. Can you drive instead?" I'm like, "Sure." And the other girl is like, "I've driven already like I don't know, it's like 1,000 miles today. Can you?" I drove her car with her in it to Las Vegas, Nevada, from Utah.
Did you arrive at night?
Yeah, we arrived at night.
Because years ago I had a holiday in the States and I can remember.
Why is this huge city here? It is next to the ocean, so there's actually shipping and stuff they can do. So Las Vegas is even more so because it's landlocked in the middle of the desert. But when I was in Dubai, I'm like, it's a desert and it's like this huge metropolis with the tallest building in the world and 2 ski hills and in shopping malls. And I wasn't a big fan of Vegas because I don't really gamble and I was there solo. So it's like the reasons you'd want to go to Vegas are not things I was participating in. If I went with a few friends and I like had a gambling budget and I like was hanging out with people, it might be funner. But by yourself, when you don't really gamble, it's like, why are you there?
I have many vices, but gambling's not one of them. So it does not appeal to me at all.
Yeah. Like I think there's a responsible way you can do it. If you go there, like say $50 or $100, you're like, this is my budget for entertainment for today.
Yeah, well, I mean, we went to a casino not for the gambling, but for cheap food and accommodation because
they are cheap. Yeah.
They're pretty good to lure the punters in.
Yeah.
And then this one also had a live circus. In fact, it was called Circus.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I remember that one.
We got a free show, food and accommodation for like next to nothing. But to see these guys in front of the fruit machines just chugging the money.
Yeah. I was there on like a weekday, and like in the middle of the day you go out on the slot machine floor, and it's a depressing place I found because like the people playing those games don't look like they're enjoying themselves.
No,
and I saw some people that were double machining it, like they.
Take the first exit.
What? This bossy English woman telling me what to do. Yeah, I think when we get to the town centre, which is not far, I don't think it's that big a town.
Yeah.
I'm going to hang a left to go to Bluff.
Okay. But I'll check out the town. So the closest you get to town, if there's a spot to pull over, I'll just hop out there.
Sure.
Roundabout in 500 meters. Take the first exit.
Miserable cow. But it's free.
Is that an offline navigation app?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
And it works offline, which a lot of these apps don't.
Yeah, no, I used to use Maps.me for my offline navigation and stuff.
Take the first exit.
Really? Okay, we'll take the first exit. I also have to remember the controls because for some reason the cars here have the windscreen wipers and indicators on the opposite side of
Yes.
the cars.
Yeah. I got picked up by an Israeli lady and she was really struggling with that. The windshield wipers were going almost every time she tried to signal.
And I also struggled with the automatic, as I always drive manual in Europe. And this particular car, the last time, where the clutch pedal is in a manual car was the parking brake. Mm-hmm. And so I come to a stop and of course automatically put both feet on the pedals as you do.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's like as if I'd never learned to drive. But I'm good with it now.
Yeah. No, like in Canada it's very rare, well not very rare, but it's uncommon to drive a manual transmission car.
Yeah. I mean, I've got nothing against manual transmissions, it's just tradition and custom usage.
Well, and I found that like when I was in the UK and stuff, most people drove a manual transmission car. It's the standard there.
It is, yeah. Although why they haven't caught on, especially in the cities, I don't know, because driving a manual in London is miserable. You're changing gear every 30 metres, So.
Yeah, it definitely seems like the trend is to go more and more automatic. Even your high performance cars, it's like the automatic transmission can perform better than a human can, so like you're going to drive slower if you drive an automatic or a manual transmission now with your top performing cars and stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, I suppose the point is we'll catch up with the 21st century in England at some point. Not anytime soon.
I do really enjoy England. Like, a lot of people talk crap about England, and when I was going to hitchhike there, people were like, oh, English people won't pick up hitchhikers and stuff like that. Seems like it has a bad reputation, but I really enjoyed it.
Well, I'm glad to hear it, because the place has gone down in my estimation since the Brexit fuck up, as I like to call it.
I find that, like, even if like the political situation's screwed up in a country, that doesn't reflect the entire population and everything like that. So same with the United States, like everything politically is all weird there.
Yeah.
But I just hitchhiked there like 2 months ago, straight across from Maine to San Diego, California.
Wow.
And no, I love hitchhiking in the United States. You get such an interesting mix of people.
So when are you going to say enough is enough? When you've done all 198 countries of the world?
Yeah, I have no idea. And I never planned on doing this like this extensively. It was like I did one trip, I'm like, oh, that was fun, let's do another. And then I did another trip, and then I expected that at some point along the way I'd find something that I'm like, oh, I want to do this. Like, this is what I'm passionate about. I went to school for business, accounting and finance, but you know, after I went to school for a bit, I'm like, let's explore the world a bit and see if I find out something that I'm passionate about that I want to do. And I never found that, and I just found out I was passionate about the traveling instead.
And what do you do with your audio and video recordings?
It gets broadcast to a website called Twitch TV, which is like YouTube, and it's free to watch. The purpose is to show people it's like the hitchhike, and people will watch, check it out, and I can talk with them and stuff like that. And yeah, but I make enough from it that it's self-sustaining, so I can travel full time.
Nice one.
Yeah. What's she telling you to do?
Does it have like a Patreon scheme where people can subscribe?
Yeah, it's like that. Yeah.
I'm still searching for a gear lever though.
Alright. Now I think we're heading out of the city now.
Are we?
Well, we're going, so I might hop her.
Well, let's see, because I'm going to. Shall I go? I mean, yeah. Well, let's turn around, because I'm not going to drop you off in the middle of nowhere. That would be uncool. Because I actually want to find a supermarket anyway.
Oh, okay.
So it's not a big problem.
Because to the left, I guess, would take you into
Left
the
is
city.
better, isn't it? Okay.
Yeah. Alright, it takes you to South Invercargill.
Okay.
Recalculating the route.
Well, funny.
She's going to yell at you now.
For listening to this daft.
Well, she was navigating you to Bluff.
I know she was, but the last time I navigated to Bluff, we definitely went through Invercargill town centre.
Interesting. I wonder if this one compensates for traffic, although it's offline, so it shouldn't have live traffic updates.
Minor hiccup, no problems. Checking at my hotel isn't until 2 anyway,
Oh, there you go.
Max the time.
Yeah. And the actual, is it a town of Bluff, or is it like
There's a small town at Bluff, originally, it's like, I guess, oysters is their main product. They've got lots of oyster beds, which are apparently very famous around New Zealand.
Yeah.
And fishing.
Okay.
And Stewart Island is an hour's ferry ride away from the main South Island. And it's a really cool place with about 5 kilometres of paved road, and the rest is just forest trails.
See, and people were saying I should go there, and I'm like, well, for the purposes of my essentially hitchhiking documentary, it'd be tough to get any rides. Yeah. When you said 5 kilometers of toll roads, and that's probably mostly all in that town that when you first get across, right? Because you can't like drive anywhere around the island.
You'll have to bring your cars over if you have one.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not quite the same thing.
Turn left.
Do you want to find you a supermarket or?
No, just take us to the centre, and this thing will reboot itself and direct me there eventually. I'll leave on. Hello, my colleague, as it were. Somebody else looking for a lift. So this is it towards the...
This is heading in towards the city. We're just southeast, I guess, of the main city center now.
Okay.
But I don't know what would be the best way to get there. Let's see.
My guess would be to do a right turn at this junction.
Yeah, I think that's probably your best way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She wants to take this, so Bluff is that direction.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, right on Ellis or Ells Road.
Uh-huh. You see, it's the trouble when you listen to these sat navs. Obviously taking me a legitimate route, but I bet that's the main road anyway.
Turn left.
Yeah.
We're doing the opposite.
We're going to willfully ignore you.
Bluff, Riverton.
Yeah.
I've heard Riverton's nice as well.
Sorry?
I've heard Riverton's nice. It's just west of Invercargill.
No,
Yesterday got picked up by a couple that live there, and
I said good things, yeah?
yeah.
Excellent.
Recalculating the route.
Yes, I know, we've really annoyed you, but hey.
Turn left.
Oh, she's gonna be every single street. Turn left.
I know,
Turn-
if I could turn it off easily, I would, but
It's all good.
we'll just have to put up with her. Oh, yeah.
Recalculating the route.
Yeah.
Turn right.
Yeah, she gets pretty stroppy.
Recalculating the route.
Do you just use like Google Maps when you're in a country where you have network, or do you still use offline maps?
No, I mean this navigator has a database of downloadable maps for literally everywhere in the world. So I've got everywhere in New Zealand, and that's good for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the road I came out on my
Last time you were-
couple of
yeah,
years
okay.
ago, yeah. It's vaguely familiar. So there should be a traffic circle up here, which is somewhere near the centre of the town. Is that right?
Yeah, we're coming up to a traffic circle pretty soon, and the center is pretty much to the left of the traffic circle. You can also go north, and that takes you up to Highway 1, and then you can probably turn left on that.
Roundabout in 500 meters. Take the first exit.
Oh, for once we might be in agreement. So the town centre's left, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Roundabout. Take the first exit.
Starting to get more and more of these in Canada.
What,
But-
the traffic circles? Yeah.
But as they put them in new places, people get confused until they learn how to use them, and it becomes a little hectic.
Yeah, it's not a thing in North America very much.
It's becoming more, but yeah, I think a lot of people don't like them because they don't understand them.
What I don't like from my memories of driving in America is the crossroads where nobody has right of way. It's a four-way stop or something. And who gets to go first?
Oh yeah, the four-way stops. Was it like if you're there at the same time, then the person on the right gets the right of way, and that's I think roundabouts are much more efficient, and you don't have to stop if there's no cars. It's quite convenient. But you know,
Roundabout. Take the second exit.
they don't like change.
Roundabout in 400 meters. Take the first exit.
So the roundabout in 400 meters, if you turn right on it, like around and right, then that takes you like right into the city center.
Okay.
I don't know how city center you're trying to go. Like that takes you to the central train station.
Well, look, I've got myself back on Highway 1. That's good.
Yeah. So
Roundabout. Take the first exit.
I'm going to, again, ignore you. There we go.
Recalculating the route.
I bet you are. Yep, this is the... Yeah, this is what I remember. They've got this big memorial in the middle of the road there. I remember exactly, yes. So I'm going to head to this roundabout and turn around, and I'll stop and drop you off where
Perfect.
it's safe.
That works.
Actually, but I'm looking at all the roadworks. It's probably going to be better for me to
Yeah,
do this.
this will work.
Oops.
Hey, well, thank you so much for the lift. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Enjoy the rest of your travels.
Oh, I will. I hope you have a good hike out there. It sounds like a cool one. And I hope the weather holds out for you.
Me too, yeah.
Let's grab my backpack. Alright, see you, man. Thanks again. Card from pretty much. Well, okay, I have some beat up cards left. Oh, that's cute. That's a nice little place. One second. Let's get myself together here. Do it right here. Yeah. Let's up the bit rate now that we're in the city. When I up the bit rate, we lose connection briefly, so everyone freak the F out. After I pre-warn about what's going on. Ooh, this battery's about to die too.
This
for
is
sure.
what you
We're
want.
upgrading.
And it's just a 40 cents difference from that
this one, and
there.
significantly bigger.
And
than-
you get 2 pieces for moderation.
Wow.
Wow, what more can you say, my man?
You've sold me. You've sold me.
You know?
Alrighty. They've got War Memorial, Cinema, Visitor Center. Apparently this street's got like a few different like noteworthy things. What do you call this? A historical landmark. Never seen Twitch IRL before. Usually only watch YouTube, but this guy looks cool. Hey, I'm glad I look cool. Welcome to Twitch IRL. I'm your friendly neighborhood hitchhiker. We hitchhike sometimes and eat even more. Okay, let's just walk into town and see what we run into. Whole bunch of construction going on at this memorial here. It's a War Memorial? Is that what it is? What are we yelling about? Pretty warm with the sun out. Alright, let's do it. Let's blow this popsicle stand. Alright, you go over here. good lift into town though. Interesting guy. He's going on a 10-day unsupported hike. That's pretty intense. 10 days is a long time. Go without a resupply. Never seen someone make a sandwich quite like Hitch. I'm good at making sandwiches. I make them internally. I just thought this little canal was kind of cute. I'll show you it real quick. Look, it's a cute canal. What sunglasses are those? Oh, I think it's a tiny bit in frame, I think. These are sunglasses from BC Ferries in Canada. They're ferry sunglasses. Let's quit the church. Invercargill. This looks quite historic. Old buildings. Alright, how do I cross the road? It's somewhere over here. It's a big crack in your church. You see the crack? Yeah, now here in New Zealand, I never know if people actually have to stop for me or if it's like a... Because like, in some places they don't stop, in other places they do stop. What's up? Pretty good yourself? Sweet. Love it. Is that a stream sniper or just a random guy? The dude with the zebra crossing? Is it? Is that how it works? Well, off they go. I wasn't sure if that was a stream thing or just a dude with the camera and the big backpack thing. Anyway. Looks like a sniper, mate. Like, maybe. Didn't say anything about the stream, it's just like, you like Invercargill? I'm like, love it. He's like, right on. Alright. Good conversation. Not real slavery unless they has a banana. Exactly. It's a requirement. You must pay 1 banana in order to come say hi. What's playing? Doesn't tell me what's playing. Yeah, a lot of cinemas don't actually like post what they're playing anymore because everyone just checks online. I kind of miss being able to walk past the cinema and be like, oh yeah, that's what's going on. This looks like kind of a high street shopping area. Clock tower, Subway, a Hell Pizza. That's kind of like everywhere. I don't know what I want to do in Invercargill. I don't really have like anything in particular I'm looking for. I don't really need anything in particular. I could get a suit and hitchhike in a suit. Suit up. 199 bucks. That's pretty cheap for a whole suit. Goods free shirt and tie. That's quite cheap. I'm guessing it's not the best suit, or the best shirt, or the best tie. It's backpackers. True Grit. Interesting. Skateboarding. Thrasher. Shoes. And a bridal boutique right next door. The perfect combination. On the gazebo, we haven't had good gazebo content since Canada. Hold up. No, we had good gazebo content just 2 days ago in New Zealand. We're in that town with a nice gazebo. That loose gazebo. Just had like random person sitting in it. Does anyone remember Loose Gazebo? Some of the architecture here in town is quite cool. Classic shipping container walkway.
I don't get to catch your steams all that often at the moment. They're awesome. Keep it up.
That hotel looks cool. I want one of those hotel rooms with the balcony. I'll just sleep in my tent instead. And get $5 pizzas from Domino's. Good deal, good deal. I like Seiko watches. Did I say that right? I don't even know. That's another one of the things that I've read a million times but never really pronounced out loud because I don't have to say it very often. Hold up. This one's an Australian exclusive. We're in New Zealand. This is in Australia. It's an Australian exclusive. If it's exclusive to Australia, then why is it in New Zealand? Does anyone have any of those words? Like a word that you've probably read many times in your life, but you've never really had to say out loud, and then you're not really confident that you are saying it correctly when you say it out loud? Australia, New Zealand, same thing. You've just started a war. Let's say. Is that 1862? That's pretty old. I still haven't been to Burger Fuel. I should go to Burger Fuel at some point on this trip because I feel like it's just like a New Zealand thing. What's up, Trevor? Not too much. Just got dropped off in Invercargill here, southern South Island, New Zealand. We're checking it out, see what's going on. Get another haircut. Seiko is correct. They have TV ads? Okay. I don't think I've seen a Seiko watch TV ad. Vape and hookah. Divas. I wonder what type of place that is. Review bar? What does that mean? R-E-V-U-E bar? I have a feeling I know what it. I just haven't seen that word in relation to some kind of bar. Review. Oh, this is an adult boutique. Looks like a nice place. Clever Colson content that you're keeping IRL alive on Twitch. When my sub is up again, I'll stop by and sub. Hey, thank you, Memer Extreme. This most extreme of memers. Appreciate that. I don't actually know where I'm going. I'm just until things get boring, which is probably pretty soon. I think we're almost at the end of this main street. There's other high streets like heading. What is it? This way, which is west, east. Beers is allowed at noon? Yeah, I don't see why not. Of course. Beer with lunch? Why can't you have beer with lunch? Maybe we'll find a nice place to get lunch, even though we just had breakfast. Get Skittles and do a Skittle war. What's a Skittle war? Now, I actually kind of want Skittles because someone brought them up yesterday about like the lime versus the sour apple Skittles, and that just made me want Skittles, even though I don't really have Skittles very often. It's usually not something I crave, but now I want Skittles. Real estate, are you gonna give me like houses that I can purchase? Oh, they're all inside. I like when they have them like where I can look and see how much real estate is in the area, and then become sad because I can't afford real estate anyway. Beer lunch is best, but makes it hard to stay awake after. Yeah, I've been experiencing that. It's probably a bad idea for me to have beer in the middle of the day, so then I get lazy for the rest of the day. Are the young people in New Zealand rude? No. Do you think they are? Where'd that come from? Mayor of Invercargill is Tim Shagbolt. That's a nice name. People said he's really cool. Friend is like, yeah, I think we're kind of past the most interesting parts.
That's a cool setup.
Sorry?
That's a cool setup.
Oh, thank you.
Nice. Are you some kind of hobo or something?
Beauty. Snickers and a banana. Let's see.
Hey, chat.
Snickers, banana. Wonderful.
Courtesy, Cool 237. IRL, don't know.
Thank you so much.
No
What's
worries,
your username?
Ghost Chips. DC
Ghost Chips?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
No worries, man.
That was a proper snack too. You did the hobo, you did the Snickers and a banana.
Yeah. No, I got advice from Paul. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
That's
it.
you, man. I hope you enjoy down here. It's
yeah. Do you have any recommendations for in town here? Maybe a spot for a light lunch or something.
Like lunch. There's a few nice cafes around.
Is there?
There's the Batch. Batch is a few meters.
Yeah.
Just over the other side of that Macca's over there is a pretty good spot.
Is there? Okay.
Invercargill Prison. But if you go beyond the prison.
Oh, beyond the prison, nice. Premium.
It's called Industry. They're all kind of like cafe places though.
Okay. Cool. No, I'll check out one of those things for sure.
There is a Macca's and Subway over there if you're feeling like fast food.
Okay, perfect.
No worries.
I'm set. No, that's all. I really appreciate that.
No worries, man. Enjoy Invercargill.
I will. No, it looks cool, and it's a good day to be here.
Yeah.
So
Were you heading south to like Stewart Island?
I'll probably at least check out Bluff. I'm not sure if I'll go to Stewart.
It's kind of expensive and it's not.
It's not really
it's
much place to
beautiful,
go,
but
right?
probably
Like,
for the stream. It's
yeah,
not,
like I can't hitchhike around Stewart Island because it's
there's like one road.
Exactly. So I'm not sure, but I think I'd at least like to go to Bluff.
Yeah, Bluff is sweet.
It's kind of like the end of the road
Yeah.
for the South Island.
Yeah. Bluff is cool. There's a few nice little lookouts you can see all the way across the Stewart Island, things like that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll probably check that out. What's it like? 20-something kilometers? 30 kilometers?
Yeah, it's about
away?
20-minute drive south. Probably from here, 25 minutes south.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, are you from here originally?
No, I'm from Christchurch originally. I've been down here for about a year and a half.
For work?
Yeah, for work.
And you like it?
It's alright.
Would you prefer Christchurch?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's a
I came on a good day and I'm like, oh, it's pretty cool. It's got a historical kind of
Yeah,
centre,
yeah.
old buildings and stuff. But,
They're demolishing like big blocks and building new stuff, so stuff's coming along, but it's pretty slow.
Alright, cool.
Anyway,
Well, anyway,
all the
thank you so much.
The rest of your trip.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, nice to meet you, man.
Have a good one.
I'll see you around.
See ya. I was almost out of cash on hand too. What a nice person. Sweet. I'm all stocked up. That was a good snipe. Just because he hid the fact that it was a snipe initially. It's like, that's a nice setup, because I do get that sometimes. What an IRL snipe. Look at that IRL donation. That's $80, man. That's a lot. That's a huge donation. That's a huge donation. Ghost Chips, my man. It's huge. I was almost out of cash. I was trying to convert some US dollars into cash yesterday, but they wanted to charge me a $5 fee just for the privilege of exchanging currency with them. I'm like, that's some bullshit. For a beer? Oh yeah, we should have. Well, if you watch his, next time you see him, you can, I'm not sure how far away he is, but we can invite him for a beer wherever I go. Let's put the banana. The banana. That won't crush it. It's the problem with bananas is they get crushed really easily. Not from a beer. I wasn't prepared. I wasn't ready. Just hold on to my banana. Quote me on that. Wait, I need that. It's like a high quality banana. Yeah, we only accept the best as it is in this banana. What is it? Frumore from Ecuador. I don't think I've had a Frumore banana, or I've noticed. I don't think I've noticed eating a Frumore banana before. Compare it to Dole or whatever. So we have to walk past the prison, and then there's stuff down here. Or there's another place here. I almost dropped my banana. What's the weather like? It's sunny. It's quite pleasant. I'll have to take my sweater off soon here. These streamers that are your inspiration. My inspiration to stream hitchhiking was 4 years of hitchhiking solo, and then I just...
Running in circles.
You're running
Hey,
circles.
Hitchman, what's up?
Oh, you know who I am. Hi.
I was the one that drove past you, so I love
Yeah, I
you.
saw that, and I wasn't sure. Do you guys like know the stream, or were you just like running on past?
No, we know you.
You know? Do you have a stream name?
Mr. Foursquare.
Mr.
Your
Foursquare.
favourite.
Okay.
Your
Oh,
favourite
yeah.
hitchhiker impersonator. Your nice banana, bro.
Thank you. You guys didn't bring a banana. What are you doing?
Well, I've got my card.
Can't top the last one, bro. We can't top.
That's
you
okay.
can't order my
That was
Love you, Ghost Chips, bro.
See you guys. Invercargill, the land of diverse stream snipes.
We're gonna go grab like a pastry or something like that, and some more caffeine, because I'm ultra caffeinated lately. So here's a sniper? Yeah, no, when they drove past. I got sniper vibes, but they kind of just like drove by and then they stopped and then they started going again. And I was like, oh, that's strange. Is he walking barefoot? Get some tea? Is it tea time? It might be. SIM card drove past it like 3 times. Oh, was it? Top Christmas toys. Holy. That is a huge Thomas shelf. Maybe it made me think of Skyrim. That was the first time I saw anything about like mods on Skyrim. It was like the opening scene to Skyrim, and it's like, and then like anyway, dragon comes in, but instead of a dragon, it's a bunch of Thomas Tank Engine, whatever you call them. I think it's like a block up and over. Furthest down from the rest of the world, there are Twitch snipers there. Like any city I go to now pretty much has, well, they don't always come by and say hi, but they'll viewers from that city. That was a loud freaking horn. Swarming with snipers. I knew this after Hitch met those school kids. Which school kids? In Wellington? It's possible you could be in Ireland in May. When's Twitch Amsterdam? It's the beginning of May, right? Isn't it? Or was it April? Was it April or May? We've got the Mr. Foursquare coming up here. Use a live view? I have one. It's right there. I don't have an appropriate amount of batteries to use it extensively though. Oh hey, I'm just following you guys. Yeah. You just getting some vape stuff? I'm going up the high street here to get some snacks or something.
Next street over.
Next street over? Yeah.
Can I get a photo with you?
Yeah.
We need a picture, bro.
Oh, get photos?
Where's your shoes though, man?
Oh, orange shoes.
You don't have them?
True moldy,
It's
bro.
New Zealand, you don't wear shoes. Yeah.
You're wearing shoes?
Basically, no. Kind of.
He's kind of... Are you in on this too? Alright. Alright, get in there.
Hell yeah. Cheers, heads, bro.
Sweet.
See you later, bro.
Alright, so see you guys. What's going on today? Lots of caffeine, maybe some beers. Another hitchhike down to Bluff probably. Check out the southern tip of the southern island. Probably won't take the ferry to Stewart Island because there's no hitchhiking to be done there. This is a hitchhiking trip. And then who knows?
Integral hitch meetup. Apparently we got enough people to warrant it. Thanks again, Ghost Chips, for the snipe. What a snipe. Appreciate it. The city has a shore too. Does that? Yeah, I think they're close to the coast. Now, Bluff apparently has like awesome oysters, but it's not the season, so I guess we can't get fresh oysters. I don't even know the last time I had oysters. It's been a long time. It'll probably have to be a little bit longer because, well, apparently Christmas time is not oyster time. It's basically the only place to see kiwis in the daytime. I would like to see some kiwis, that'd be cool. Because yeah, up until now I haven't seen any. Should get like a little sofa to hitchhike with. Still haven't eaten a kiwi in New Zealand? Are you supposed to? Do people eat kiwis? It's nice if there's a place with a patio or something to eat on. It's a nice day. And not really windy. Which I feel like for here is like a special thing. I smell muffins, I think. Is there a muffin place? Kind of like baked goods, but quite sweet, but not like a cake. I feel like it's a muffin. Kiwi fruit, we don't call it just kiwi here? Alright. I like kiwi fruit. This is kind of the main-ish kind of area. It's highly unlikely you'd see a kiwi in the wild. Like a kiwi bird thing. Is it? Well, people say I don't know if you can see them during the day, so are they naturally nocturnal? They are nocturnal. Alright. That makes things difficult, because I'm not nocturnal. Is there a fancy science word for being awake during the day? Stewart Island kiwis are the exception, they don't really know why. That is interesting. Oh, look at that ute. What a beauty ute that is. Low profile tires and everything. I feel like that takes away some of the utility of the ute, but anyway. Going to the fastest Indian Burt Munro store? What's that? Felt any earthquakes since being in New Zealand? No. I don't think there's been any earthquakes that have been something that you can actually feel. Strong enough to notice. I was camping and there's a 7 earthquake in Japan. I was camping next to the coast, so that was a jolt to my senses. The 7.0 earthquake felt pretty substantial to me. I feel like I'm just like stuttering over my words today. Why can't I articulate myself properly? Where am I going? This feels like industrial now. What? Haynes and Sons. That doesn't explain what it is, though. They gave me the location. I just don't know what it means. Yeah, we're gonna get some cafe food. Should I cross that way? It's a pyramid. Is there a random pyramid down here? Yeah, there? Anyway. Random pyramids. Normal. Oh, this place looks busy. Snack my coffee, but we'll probably eat outside somewhere. Maybe we'll eat at a freaking pyramid. 1 second.
Read the deal and
Excellent. Yourself? Doing well. Is that a blueberry muffin or?
Yes, so this is a blueberry brand muffin.
Blueberry brand muffin.
Yeah.
Okay. Could I grab one of those?
Having here?
I get it to go.
Take away?
Yeah, it's take away. And I'll grab a flat white coffee.
Yeah, we've got 4 sizes there for you.
Let's go for a mega.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Perfect. Any sugars or anything in your
No,
coffee?
thank you.
No, awesome. Mega in a brand muffin. I'll just grab your name.
Trevor.
Trevor. $10 there. Look like you've got a heavy load on.
Yeah, it'll be nice to take it off.
Yeah.
Thanks. Blueberry brand muffin. It looks like there's a lot of blueberries in it, which is premium. A lot of them just don't have lots of blueberries. It's like deception. You want your sugar? I'm sweet enough already. Let's take what off the backpack. But we got a mega size coffee, which is about the size of a small in North America. Oh, sit in the chair. This lighting's not ideal. Sweet enough? Okay, boomer. I'm 25. Am I already a boomer? So it looks like you've got a big load. I've got a heavy load. Thank you very much.
Do you need a bag or anything?
I think I can wield this, maybe. Yeah, I got it. I'm professional, kind of. Thanks. You late millennial? Is that what I am? Oh, there's actually a table here. We'll just sit at a table. Easy. And a banana. Freaking healthy food. Oh, yeah. It's like lightning. Everything was full when I got here. This coffee looks like dessert anyway. You're still stuck on this dessert coffee thing. It's been like that for days now. Nice. I can wield this. You're so cool. Is that sarcasm? Are you trying to hurt my feelings? Smoke free. This stream is smoke free, okay? Your backpack on the table is going to get yoinked. My backpack is unyoinkable. I would like to see someone try to one arm and grab and run away with this backpack. It's a lot heavier than you might think. This muffin's good. I like it. Oh yeah, look at that foam. Large coffee? It's a mega coffee.
I'll tell you, if I ever did that side of the house,
Yeah, like do what you do. Travel the world meeting people. Yeah, they're like stories. The thing about hitchhiking is you don't need much to do it. It's free transportation, you sleep in a tent, free accommodation, you don't need that much.
in fact, one night I think it was a late early or something, and I remember ringing.
It's like a smaller petite in America. I'd say this is a small coffee, yeah.
I sleep and go to work the next morning.
This is a good muffin. Actually, I've been disappointed by the quality of muffins so far in New Zealand. I've had a few, and I always get like the berry muffins, and there has been so few berries, and then the actual muffin itself wasn't that good. But this is a good muffin. Canadian or American? I'm Canadian, from British Columbia. And the muffin for the road? They're like $5. It's not cheap for a muffin, but it's a good muffin. From Oregon, Cascadia gang. I like Oregon. I like the whole Pacific Northwest. So Washington, Oregon, specifically Northern California.
Oh, you've got?
Like, see all that very goodness in there. That's some quality. Never mind, don't want you to have to sell your kidney on the black or on the dark web to find that out. The thing about selling a kidney is you have two. You have two kidneys.
Check once, and I was working on something that closed like some sets or something. Had the windows down, I just came over. Quiet, happy. Got back to the car.
So a ginger cake, it's a brand blueberry muffin.
The driver said, all the stuff there, which is oh, she was happy.
So after this, I don't know what I'm doing. So we're going to Bluff. Pretty much gotta go back the way we came and walk south on Highway 1 and then eventually start hitchhiking. For beer after this, we could. It's almost 1. Oh yeah. There's a Spades Ale House, an Irish pub.
I knew that they were going. It's just the two of them. I was going to talk about how we were just
I think we went to Spades Ale House and I liked it there. Although it was like 3 to 6 was happy hour or something, and it was like, I think it's $5 for a pint of beer.
they ended up arriving there sort of not long before us, and so they waited outside. And the gates got with it, we got drinks before you go into the actual store. Wow. So yeah, we just
Oh, the Pyramid Building is the Southland Astronomical Society Observatory. Who's boarding?
He's more into YouTube than she is. She was she had a cup of coffee.
I don't even smoke weed, but you guys, I don't think you can say like this place has the best weed anymore. And if one place has good weed, so they're gonna sell like clones and seeds of the same strain to other places, and then your best weed's indoor grown anyway, so it doesn't really matter where it's grown anymore if you just do like some hydroponic setup thing.
Maybe Kate might be, she might be and Jamie was down last week too. Hey, Gold Coast.
She was in the car when you got out. If you go, you can go to those 2 years every hour.
So pH, temperature, moisture factors. Doesn't matter if you grow it indoors in a controlled environment. You can put whatever you want into the soil and bring it into your indoor grow. You can have the exact temperature, exact humidity that you want, the exact conditions that you want. Smoke weed on indoors. A lot of places are like this now. And a lot of like buildings in Canada was like 10 meters. Can't smoke within 10 meters of the front entrance and stuff like that. Been to Puerto Rico? No, I haven't. Here on business, almost done with my work. Should have 2 or 3 days free time recommendations. Yeah, I haven't been there before, so can't give much. Tried some New Zealand wine. Really good wine. New Zealand, yeah, as people have told me. I had one glass of wine in a wine area. Imagine hitchhiking through the Caribbean, but instead of cars, it's boats. That's lit. I think it'd be interesting. It wouldn't stream well because on the ocean there's not really much network. Like you'll have a kilometer or whatever when you're just going out to the ocean where you're fine, but once you really get over the horizon, you're done. Sure, went to Hooters in Aruba when you saw. I'm surprised you remember that, but yes, I did. One arm bigger from the other from thumbing. Well, I use this thumb when I'm hitchhiking in a country where they drive on the right side of the road, because when you face traffic, you use your right thumb. Here, they drive on the left side of the road, so I use this thumb. So, I don't know. This still probably has more rides than this guy. It's probably like 1,000 to 700 now or something like that. Chat's developed into Stoner Talk? Yeah, I don't even smoke weed. This is a non, weed-focused channel. I have not much, I don't really care if people do it, but I have no interest in it. You know, I'm from a place where it's very prolific. British Columbia, Vancouver Island. It's everywhere. Where's that Amsterdam Club? Exclamation point weed. That's what it is. Makes you lazy and place it. I smoke weed. Yeah. I still not super anti-weed. I've just been around someone who's pretty front and sprightly, and then there's other compounding issues in their life. But then they started smoking weed all day, and they were just wouldn't do anything, complacent with nothing. The spark is gone.
It's not 100% weed's fault. It's a very small portion of it, but it makes you complacent with whatever you're doing.
Yes. No, obviously.
But I fully recognize that wasn't 100% weed's fault. It's just, that's how my brain sees it. So.
I know she's been trained as it doesn't mean she made sure, you know what I mean? She's really nice, really nice. Yeah.
But with that said, if I was just relaxing after a day of work, I'd see nothing wrong with just like smoking after a day of work when you just want to relax and stuff like that. This table's very wobbly. Actually, I have coffee that I can carry with me. Let's just bring it with me. Is there a way I could put my banana somewhere?
It made me so excited. Yeah, me too. I was telling you about
Getting black oat drunk later? Probably not. I don't get super drunk that frequently. I guess I did in Auckland.
I just think it's really important tickets and discussion. You know, it's couple of
I don't know a good spot to put my banana.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, his house. Oh, Henry was we've actually made no friends.
Anyway, let's go.
Fair enough. Oh, is it tomorrow? No, yeah, they've been to this week about here. Oh, see, I've got to go. I'm waiting on the weekend. I'm too excited to work on the the only thing I know that when you reach
do. There, I'm just walking straight back out to the main street. There's like a brew pub thing where I'll just hit that up. But I need to find a bin. So I just have full hands. I need to find some stuff. Place to put some stuff away.
Well, that's what
Where can I find the bin? Nice weather. They're calling for record snowfall here tonight. Whereabouts is that? You in Canada? Yeah. Cool. Right? This thing is annoying me. Oh, yeah. It's like lightning. Everybody was frightening. Wait, is that right? I don't even know. Ottawa. Ottawa's an interesting little city. But we're coming into summer here in New Zealand, so haha. Opposite seasons. It's a nice time to be in New Zealand. Sold 278,000. Look at all these sold places. Pub with guest accommodation. Can buy a hotel for 590,000. Neat. Apartment's 50,000 euro. That sounds like something that, given enough time, could actually pay for. It's like everywhere I go, I'm like, oh, I wonder how much accommodation's here. I could buy something. And I was like, oh, that's unachievable. Oh God. I'll probably just go for a little lunch beer and then I'll hitchhike to Bluff and check out the south coast. Put on your credit cards? I don't think you could pay for a house on like a credit card. I don't think they take credit. Now you could try and manufacture spend on your credit card and then turn that spending into cash and then use that cash to purchase a house. But unless you have a way to pay off that debt at the end of the essentially interest-free grace period, then that nice 20% interest is gonna hurt. $50,000 is a really good price for it. We got 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, kitchen, dining room, balcony, and garage. Oh, it does sound really good. Fine pub. I'm working on it. It's a work in progress. Wife says we should quit our jobs and hitchhike around the world like you. I don't know if I could. What part about it do you think would be the most difficult? I'm not saying you should either. I'm just curious what you think would be the hardest part?
Try to catch a ride though, 2 people in bags? Well, 1 guy, 1 girl is a very good combo. I'm not sure the actual gender dynamics of the relationship. But if it's a couple as in 1 guy, 1 girl, it's good. They see you as a couple, so you don't get the intimidation factor that 2 guys have. But yes, you'll lose some rides. Like it's a lot of my rides are like you could not fit another person there. It's like the car's filled with crap and we can just barely squeeze my backpack in there with myself. Hardest part, cash. You can do it really cheap, you just have to make sacrifices to do it really, really cheap. Before I streamed hitchhiking, I lived on, for my longest trip I averaged $11 US a day, including my flights across the ocean. Is this the main street? Yes, it is. I mean, flights across the ocean, a €200 visa for Russia, a week at Oktoberfest, paying €12 for a beer. It's a liter beer, but still. Any other major expenses? Ferries between Ireland and Wales, and ferries between Scotland and Orkney and Shetland. Flight to Shetland, from Shetland to Norway. Flight from Vladivostok to Fukuoka, Japan. If you averaged all those expenses up in my day-to-day cost, it was $11 US a day, so just over $300 US a month. So, if that's a lot of money, well, coming from a Western country, your total expenses being $300 US a month is not really that much. I live way more lavishly than that. Which is fair enough. Like, you might not want to make those sacrifices as far as like the luxuries you have along the way. But to say you need to be wealthy to do it, I think is incorrect. That fancy the Grand Hotel on suite accommodation from $65 a night. That's actually not that much. It just looked interesting architecturally from the outside. I'm guessing it's not actually that fancy. Given the price, Hubbers and Aquarium. That's an interesting chest. This place looks neat. Holy moly.
Yes, you know.
Yeah.
Check the pockets again.
Yep.
So much stuff, jeez. Oh, I just saw from the outside it looks interesting.
Just photographing my shop, are you?
Is that okay?
No, it's not.
Okay, I'll get out of here. So many neat stuff in there. Yeah, no free advertising. Well, in that case, I'm not sure why not. I do think that's kind of advertising all the neat stuff you got for sale. Like, see if you had like a restaurant and you weren't that confident in the quality of your food and service, you're like, well, we'd rather you not actually film the experience here. But it was just a knick-knack store. Oh, we're gonna get a beer. Hi there.
Hi, how are you?
Doing well yourself?
Good.
Awesome. Could I grab your Spades 5 malt? Old Dark? Yeah. Sweet. Thanks.
Sorry, I got a busy day. Hitch, hope you enjoy your time down here. It was nice to see you. Enjoy the cold one. Oh, I will.
And thanks again for coming by the banana Snickers and the IRL donation. Appreciate it. Anyway, cheers. Local brew? Well, it's a South Island brew, Spades. But I like their I forget what it's called. Their darker beer, it's nice. I have to charge my navigation phone. It's dying on me. Is this the right one? Nope. Is that the right one? Nope. Hops for Spades beers are grown about 60-ish kilometers north of Chicago. Interesting. That's cool. Do you have a charger there? No, I have a charger. That's how I keep the stream going. Lots of batteries. Met many Maori on your travels in New Zealand? Yeah, I've been picked up by a few hitchhiking, and I met a few more. Alright, and then after this we'll head down to Bluff. So it'll be a bit of a walk, head south, and then we'll find a good spot to hitchhike and either do the standy hitchhiking or the, if we find meh spots but we want to get further, then we'll do the walky, spinny hitchhiking. Well, let's look at the map and see the hitchhikeability of this road. Let's see. That's good. I really like this Spades beer. This dark beer, it's nice. That's what it looks like then. It looks quite good. Let's see. Oh yeah. That'll do. What is that for? Let's see. Alright, that'll do. How far is that? Probably start hitchhiking before that as well. Yeah, just head straight south and then the road looks good. But should I keep walking? Does the road stay good? Yeah, the road stays good, so I might as well just do the spinny walkie hitchhiking. And continue walking south until we get a ride. To a point. No, it gets a little bit worse, but then it gets better again. You pretty much just walk south and the hitchhiking looks good. Probably get a ride before we have to stop. Bruno Bars with the 9-month Twitch Prime resub. Thank you very much for the 9 months. Appreciate that. Let's plan further / goal location. Today, Bluff. Check it out. Past that, who knows? If you want to work out, look out Stealing Point Lookout in Bluff. Or Bluff Hill Lookout. You could try that. It'd be nice to do it without the big backpack on, but I guess the big backpack would make it more of a workout. When we did Signal Hill in It's St. John's. Oh yeah, I see it. It'd be a beautiful view up there for sure. Yeah, if you have motorcycle time, yeah, the motorcycle's a cool sub icon for sure. It's definitely a good one. What is that place? In Towai Point? It just looks like a big industrial complex. Ah, New Zealand Aluminum Smelters Limited. Okay, it's a smelter. But you gotta like, how do you get there? Is that, what is that? Is that a road or is that? A road out to this, like, holy, that's a huge, like, bridge out to a place where you can send all your aluminum out to ships. Put them onto ships. Interesting. Now lunch, I just had a muffin and I had a decent breakfast. And I've got a banana and Snickers for a snack. So we're good for now. Any of the local-ish kind of people? You have any recommendations for around? Chaos Media with the 5-month Twitch Prime reset. Thanks for the 5 months, appreciate it. How's the beer? I hope you're having fun. I love this beer. This Spates, something dark? It's a really nice beer. I find the coffee tastes quite different to other countries. No, like, I think most of your coffee here in New Zealand and Australia as well is like good coffee. You pay for it. Like, it's hard to find a coffee for less than like $4 in New Zealand. Except we went to that one corner store that has $1 coffee, and it's still like an espresso based, like, it's an automatic machine that you just do it yourself, but it's still okay coffee. It's better than like crap drip coffee. Spates Old Dark. Old Dark something something. I had this beer last time I went to a Spates Ale House in that little farming town north of here. I forget what it was called. But it was during happy hour and it was cheaper, but it was tasty. New Zealand is expensive in general. Yeah, the only thing that, like, the saving grace is the New Zealand dollar is on the cheap, or is on the weaker side of thing when compared to like the US dollar. So like the conversion takes off a good chunk. So you say you get a breakfast and it's like this morning it was $20 for breakfast and coffee. You know, that's a lot of money, and it kind of, you know, for like just like toast and bacon and eggs and a nice latte is like $20, so that's pretty pricey. But if you convert it to US dollars, then it's like $12.50 or something like that. And like, I wouldn't be that if I went out to just like a decent breakfast joint in the United States and I paid $12, including tip, for toast, bacon and eggs, and a good coffee, not just a drip coffee. I wouldn't be that cheap. I wouldn't be that pissed about it. That'd be fairly reasonable. You can find cheaper places in the US, but you can also find cheaper places here.
I think what else? I'm not sure what there is to do in Bluff other than that hike to that lookout, which could be interesting. But with how much green space there's around there, I'm guessing camping wouldn't be that difficult. I also have enough for a place to stay. But I'm guessing there's not that much to do in Bluff. It'd be cool if there's a place you could get some oysters, but it's not in season right now.
That's okay.
It's a place called Fowler's Oysters. Looks cool, I guess. Or cool, good views for the stream. Yeah, and it's a nice day today, so. Whoa. Fowler's Oysters. Closed. Opens 12 a.m. on Sunday. It's Monday right now. Are they only open one day a week? What? That doesn't make any sense. I've never seen hours like this. I don't think these are accurate. Look at these hours and tell me what you think about them. So I'll focus on it. What do you think of these hours? Closed Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, open Sunday for 24 hours,